Hey, it's the Doug Stanhope podcast. We're back home in Bisbee, and Chad Shank, Chaille, and I are here entertaining our favorite regularly visiting band. Black Pussy is here. Introduce the band, because I don't remember your fucking names. That's the thing. You're called Black Pussy, and you've got some blowback from having that name. But the one thing that is disrespectful is you stole that from black people. Is you all look the same. So I don't remember any of your names. I don't know who's who. So introduce the band.
Dustin.
You're
Dean.
Dustin.
Yeah,
Dustin
I'm
is
Dustin.
introducing the band.
Yeah, I guess I'm Dustin introducing.
And on do it like stage, and on drums, and on
No, we don't do that. That's
we
fucking
never do that.
stupid.
I barely remember their name.
When a band does that, it's automatically no.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Check out our Reverb Nation and MySpace.
Yeah,
You
no.
know,
These guys are
don't
going to
do
take
that
forever
shit.
to get off stage.
and that's why you're here instead of being at a real podcast.
Well, anyways, I'm Dustin, and Dean over here used to say hi, Dean.
Hi, I'm Dean.
Ryan.
Aaron, the bass player.
I'm Keith.
There's an emphasis
we do
on the
things
bass.
in the band. You know, I
Yeah,
guess I could say what we do, but who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Who gets the most pussy?
Well, I have 4 strings.
I think we went over this last time you were on.
Bass player.
I just read this book that I can't say enough good about. I wouldn't like their music, so I won't even listen. But NOFX, you familiar with the
Punk
band?
and Drublick, man. Yeah, classic.
I love that name. I read it in the book. I don't want to hear the song. It's a great fucking song title.
It's a great record. If you like skate punk and
I'm
shitty
sure it is.
music.
I get most of my music.
No, they're good. They're good. They
Most
work.
of my new music I get from commercials. I will play you some after this podcast. Some of the great shit I make him play over and over again that I learned from a Corona commercial. So I read this book, and it's second only to Al Jurgensen Ministry as far as hardcore fuck. And it's really well written because all the guys in the band write pieces, and then the next, okay, and now Mike is going to, and he'll go back over what the other guy wrote and go, it didn't happen like that at all. It happened. Fuck you. I didn't steal from that girl's purse. I
didn't try to rape that person.
And it's so well done, and it's just hardcore. So I wanted to plug that up front and then just lead you guys into road stories, because you're on a 5-week tour that we'll get to the dates to at some point, and you're 6 days in, you have your break. This is your day off.
Yeah, this is
And
leg 4. Leg
this
4.
Like 4 this year.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
I mean, leg 5. We actually, after this tour, we only get 6 days off, and then we head back into Canada and the East Coast. So we're not even barely even taking any time off.
We just did 2 weeks and then that week in LA, but that's 6 days and then a day off, and you go, thank fucking God I have a day off, and you end up getting more fucked up on the day
Why
off.
do you think we're here, man? That's
Yep.
the whole purpose.
Don't give us a day off next time.
Of this is, we try to plan it with our booking agent to like have a day to come get day drunk in Bisbee.
I'm glad you're here, but I know that it's going to fuck up your tour even worse. It's your first day off, and you're coming from Tucson, you're going to El Paso. This won't go out for a few days, but where are you going? Just we'll plug the dates at the end.
Yeah.
but
I mean, right now we're getting ready to head into Texas. So we got like 4 or 5 shows in Texas. 8?
8 shows.
Oh, shit. We like Texas. Texas likes us. And I was born in Texas, so it works
San
out.
Antonio, especially from
Yeah.
what I've heard.
Yeah, Austin. I think we have 2 shows in Austin, San Antonio, Houston.
But San Antonio protests.
Oh, really?
And they also drunk drive into our trailer. Oh,
yeah.
So that's amazing.
All right, tell me the San Antonio stories.
Go ahead,
Well,
Ryan.
you know, 2:30, we're on super late. We finish our last song. The bar closes. 5 minutes later, we hear this crash. And a driver ran a red or something, hit a truck that had people loading gear into it, and then the truck hit our trailer, and then our trailer moved our van.
The truck also hit a person.
So I'm on stage while all this is happening, and I'm
Wait, you're loading in or loading?
We
just
finished.
got done.
Like,
so we're still in the venue. Yeah. I'm sick as shit. So
junk sick.
I don't.
Yeah,
totally.
Come on, let's
be honest here.
Totally junk sick. Couldn't score in San Antonio. You know how it is in San Antonio. I had to go with cracks. Threw my game a little. But I have no idea what's going on. I'm just on stage, like, trying to get my bearings. But Aaron, I don't know who saw it first, but Aaron came in and he's like, I got something to tell you, but I don't know how to tell you right now. So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I was actually 5 feet from the accident. But there was a door in my way as I heard the screech crash.
So did it fuck up your like?
Oh, it
totaled
the trailer, dude.
So-
like 3 of the guys ran.
Yeah, I saw the driver get out and then fall and hit his head. He was fucked up.
I thought you meant 3 of the band.
Oh no. Yeah, we got the fuck out of there.
No, they're like
Section out.
it was like 6 people deep in this car, and everyone's fucked up. Half
Yeah.
of them run.
I think they all had warrants.
Well, they were illegals, it turns out. But
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
because
the-
I'm
the
getting
dad
fucked on
was-
the insurance.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
so we got-
say
we got-
insurance.
That's
We got fucked
it's
on
an
the
interesting
insurance.
thing. All this, I get a call from their insurance company, and I'm like, I've been waiting for you guys to call and let me know what's going on. They're like, well, here's the deal. There's a loophole in the system, and they were illegals, and if we can't find them, we can't do anything for you, and that's within our contract. And I'm like, great. I'm like, so you're telling me I got to get a lawyer? And they're like, yeah, basically, but
what's the point?
Yeah, but
what's
fuck
the
that.
point? Yeah.
Did you make the next gig?
We canceled a couple, and then we got a U-Haul, and we finished the tour with this fucking U-Haul
Which was
trailer.
we barely fit in this U-Haul. And thank God, because we own the trailer, we sold the fucked up trailer for $500. So I got to sign the title over because, it'd be abandoned. So we had to deal with all the bullshit. Thank God the club was closed down for the next couple days. We could leave our shit in there because we couldn't even pull the trailer
The door
doors
down.
Yeah.
open. I mean, it was pretty stressful, but I was just like, I walked outside, like I was saying, I was so sick. Walked outside, there's ambulances and bodies on the ground.
Yeah, luckily no one got hurt. But this,
I just walked in the van with a beer, fucking took a bunch of Benadryl and smoked weed, and I just passed out. I don't even care.
oh, there we go.
So
We'll
you
deal
need
with
to
it in
ask
the
these
morning.
guys actually what happened. I could give a shit less. I'm like, this is the way it's
At
going.
some point, you just have to give up.
Yeah. I
It's out of
basically
my
gave up.
hands. Let's take a nap.
And kudos to Abel of San Antonio for putting us up
Yeah.
and dealing with our shit and feeding us and letting
Wait,
us sleep on his floor.
Yeah, you really learn who your friends are when you can't leave.
Plug that person again. Hey, backdoor Mike is back.
Oh, and he's got beer.
We'll get with you in a second. And he brought beer. But plug the club and the guy's name again.
And Lloyd too.
Loy is the guy that books us, and we're playing the High Tones there on Friday. And Abel put us up. Great people in San Antonio.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the venue.
Who's
High Tones.
Oh, it was High
Yeah,
Tones.
High
Who's
Tones.
the dude who got hurt? Because I walked
don't
out and
remember
this
his name.
dude was dead. Like I walked
Yeah.
out and everyone's around him. Like this guy's fucking dead.
Yeah, he was from the other band.
Yeah. He
Oh,
got
no shit.
He got hit by the truck. And everyone just assumed he was dead because he wasn't moving, he wasn't doing nothing, he was bleeding. But apparently it was just a collarbone thing. I think he was playing dead or something. I don't know.
And he made light of it too. He was like, "I just wanted some
I
fucking
was already
tacos."
passed out here anyway.
I just wanted some tacos.
All the dude wanted were some tacos.
Taco Cabana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
The half of the guys that left took all the tacos.
Yeah, they fucking ran with him.
The tacos and ran.
Yeah. By the way, everyone at the club was gacked out of their mind too, so it was escalated immensely. Yeah.
Cocaine is on the rise. Anybody else noticing this? It's like the new drug.
Yeah.
The new drug again.
Yeah, we've noticed a bit of that here and again.
What's the other
Which
San
mother?
Antonio, the protesters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I think we talked about them. Did we talk about the protest?
No, that was
No.
after.
That was probably one of the most amazing, I don't know, things.
Events?
Yeah, it was a weird event because, there were protesters across the street and we were parked across the street And
For my listeners, if you don't understand why they get protesters, it's because their name is Black Pussy. Where my listeners would go, still don't get why they would be protested.
yeah, just because of the name.
We don't necessarily. Yeah.
But so there's like 25 protesters across the street, a lot of just college kids. So I'm actually hanging out with them. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, this fucking band. And I'm like, oh, shit. And they're like, oh, you look really cool. And they're talking to me. And I'm like, all right, I got to go do a show. And they still didn't even realize who I was or I was going to do the show. And so I get in to start checking. And all of a sudden, signs come up in the venue. Like, so there's protesters hiding.
Placards.
Oh, so they had to pay
placards.
Yeah, they paid covers to get in. They played
Protest the
covers and
shit
were
out of me.
hiding. And then all of a sudden, the signs come up and they're like, check your white privilege and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I get a little weird when I'm on stage. So I got a little claustrophobic. And so I just kind of backed away. Who knows what's going to happen. And all of a sudden, the whole bar rose up on these people. I mean, what?
They
150,
Probably 150.
150, 200 people push these 5 people out of the bar all the way across the street to the other 20, 25 protesters and then push them.
So you're basically the Trump of rock and roll.
No, man, you can't say that. No. Somebody's going to fucking quote you now. We're going to look like assholes.
That's the new headline.
Fuck you, Doug.
Black Pussy, the Trump of rock and roll. Great.
Shit. There's already one Ted Nugent. We don't,
We'll take the fucking press, dude.
Oh, but yeah, it was pretty crazy watching this bar push these protesters and like, get out of here. You don't belong here. This is rock and roll and you guys are not. And that's all it's about. And, it was nice to have people on our team. No one got hurt, but, amazing event.
I must have told you my Madison protest story.
You did.
last time.
Yeah,
All right,
Yeah, you did. No, it's
They didn't even recognize
yeah.
you.
So it was great for us to experience it firsthand.
What's great is you guys can keep playing during this. Like there's a fucking mob commotion and people are being thrown out the door. You keep playing. You can't do that with comedy. You have to address
Well,
the situation.
It's a little weird on stage. I mean, when you're there in your art and you're, opening your spirit and you're in that third eye reality, and then all of a sudden, people are yelling at you and you're like, whoa.
Well, it's
the
still
heck- it's
louder than the commotion.
Yeah, no, we're lucky because hecklers, we can't hear them and nobody else can hear them.
Yeah. But you feel the juju.
Maybe.
I do anyways.
You can.
I'm too sensitive, I guess.
But that's, we can just kind of shut people up because we just won't stop the sound.
Yeah.
It just goes the whole time. And
You're basically a soundtrack for the commotion.
Yeah.
It does, they're not
Right.
going to stop. And
know.
you aren't either.
And here's another fist bump, dude. I'm not gonna keep talking. Chad Shank is here.
Yes.
We're not gonna do this on the air, but who's the chugger, Chad? Can you point him out of a lineup?
so
I've seen a bunch of videos of that guy.
Are we
chugging
doing
beer
this?
already. Against
Well,
me?
Yeah.
we should tell people what it is.
I would do it with the caveat that I already know what's going to happen.
That's
I
okay.
can't chug a beer like
It's-
that.
it's
But
not-
we still need to videotape it. You need
Yeah.
to just
Yeah,
be
yeah, I'm
involved.
willing.
It's
Hey,
really to make
are-
us look good.
It's
Am
for
I
us.
willing to chug a beer, you're asking me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to.
That's
Does
all it
anyone
takes.
else out in the United States in the next month want to challenge me to a beer? Also,
We have a trophy now.
Are you D? I can't remember.
Dean.
Dean.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. You have one of those deep throat gullets where you can
say
just like the Ziggy Zaggy guy. You don't have to gulp, gulp, gulp. It just pours down your head.
It's a shop vac in there. It's like, if only he sucked dick.
It'd be cool if I was gay.
I saw the video clip on Twitter and I was like, that is some editing or something. That didn't just happen. He just fucking had a beer and all of a sudden he didn't have a beer.
Instagram CGI.
That was good shit.
That throat was bred in
Can
Bakersfield.
anyone do that? The fucking one swallow pint glass beer chug? Anyone in the audience here? We got Reverend Derek and Kenny and AJ. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do pint glasses. That's how you do it, right?
We need an
pint glasses
admirable
only.
challenger.
Bingo, can you get just grab all the pint glasses?
Oh, we should have like a multi-chug.
We should have like a 10-person chug.
Multi-chug,
Multi-chug.
man. The Walmart of chug.
That's a good record name.
Chug.
I think you should do it one at a time with all challengers, and I'll be the fourth person to
So then I gotta. All right, I'm down.
Don't you ever try to fuck our horse, Chaille?
Now, do you do you shark this? Do you try to like bet?
We
people?
will.
We give away free merch actually.
Yeah, it's more like a.
You buy merch if you lose.
No.
You
No.
We basically offer anyone like their pick from the merch table, but we just scored on this tour, the first show, Sacramento.
Yeah,
So the first show, Dean raced the bartender, and she was so caught off guard by how good he was,
graceful.
and amazing. The footage is amazing that she brought down this trophy that someone left there. It was like an air guitar trophy, and she's like, well, this is the trophy now, so now we have a trophy that someone can actually win, which is called
An
Oprah.
air guitar
we call it
trophy.
Oprah.
I was gonna say, I think we're calling it Oprah. We're stealing the Chappelle joke, but get away from Oprah. So you got to fight for Oprah, basically.
Well,
This is an
Chad,
open-
Chad brought this up the other night. That's why I brought it up to you. Oh, you said something about beer chugging. Chad brought that up, and we figured out because he watched videos, and he was going to challenge you, and then he saw the video, and he's like, no fucking way. And I likened it to Kobayashi, the hot dog eater guy, who has some like weird disorder. He can eat that many hot dogs because he has whatever. So you have some... You're a freak of nature. It's
Yes.
not. You don't have a skill. You have a disorder.
Yes.
Well, it's turning into
is
a
also
skill.
A beer chugging disorder.
Some would call it
to
a
me.
problem, and some would call that a solution.
It's like deep throat. She had her clitoris in the
back
back
of
her
her throat.
throat. You have your liver and your esophagus.
It's an open challenge across America. We want to.
He's undefeated.
He's
for-
undefeated.
How many years have you been alive?
My whole entire life.
We should give a shout out to
years.
Judge from Mothership just because he got one up on him one time, but
We don't talk
that was a
about that.
fluke.
Dean got real cocky that day.
Backdoor Mike. I would think you would be the guy to just profiling. I can chug. You can chug. All right.
chug.
Give that guy a glass. Kenny. Oh, that was the other question, Chad. Was how many times can you do that? Because being able to do that, but how many times can you?
Well, it
do
depends on how drunk he wants to get.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your
I
tolerance?
can keep doing.
You could
it.
do that 10 times?
Well, remember my
Probably
brother?
10.
Tell the story.
How many times?
No.
Hey, wait, hang on. How many times? Remember what you're thinking. How many times can you win against a loser who still stays standing?
I raced Dustin's brother. So
This is
neither of
this
us
is
were
the
standing.
prelude into the story.
Yes.
Good.
We need the series.
I would say 30 beers.
No. I'd say 15.
I'd say 18.
It was a lot.
I'd say 20.
And you stayed standing over the loser?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so
Well-
check this out. So my brother, who is a full Irishman, red hair, can drink like a motherfucker, kept challenging Dean. Couldn't beat him
In a hot tub.
in a hot tub.
After playing a show in South by and sweating our fucking balls off. all day
Yeah.
long.
So my brother kept getting upset. He's like, how is this possible? So he's like, again. So 20 something deep and other drinks as well. I mean, there was whiskey and all kinds of shit. But my brother is constantly pushing Dean to the limit. But my brother, of course, the Irishman, is still standing as Dean falls off the bar stool. I mean, just
There's a
full,
video.
just done.
long after we were done drinking.
But my brother still never won.
Doug, maybe you should post
Well,
the
he
video.
still
if he,
never-
if he was still
Dean
standing,
dying.
I don't know if that counts. It's
it's
because
a different competition.
It's a different. That's a different
Apples and
competition.
oranges.
Yes.
That's an
So-
endurance race.
Yes. So my brother won that, but never won the chug.
All right. Well, that was my question to Chad when he told me about this.
You might be able to take him down where he tips over, but I don't know if you want to deal with him rexing.
No.
I don't know where everybody's getting this opinion of me. I was going to suggest we do it outside because I might puke up the beer 3/4 of the way through. I'm not like a beer
I'd
chugging
love to
guy.
see that. Everyone wants to see that.
Yeah, so that's a possibility.
I don't want to smell that.
All right, we'll do that on a break. I got notes, but Canada.
We got notes.
A lot of
Canada.
people. I go, hey, just don't tell me the story yet. But
Canada.
Dean in Canada, and there's something about peeing.
Well, they're trying to tell the story about me getting way too drunk and maybe doing some white girl drugs in Canada and not peeing myself in the van.
Yo, you didn't pee yourself that night.
No, I didn't pee myself that night. I was just an asshole, and I got kicked out of the van in my underwear on the side of the road.
He doesn't remember. It was 7 a.m.
Doug, have you ever had to kick Chaille out of the van at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, to get
he's
us
blacked out
tacos.
drunk. In his undies, though?
So he's all fucked up at the place that a nice family generously offered us a place to stay. They said they had a bar situation similar to this, and they said you can't go inside. And the girls we were with got kicked out because they went inside, and they woke up the children. And then all of a sudden, Dean starts to rex. He gets the shark eyes, you know what I mean? And it turns into an emergency situation that we've been in before, where we have to get the fuck out. And so we get in the van, we start driving, and he's a piece of shit. for like 2 hours, maybe, we're trying to like figure out where to go, where to stay, and he won't stay still because he's so amped up on
Things.
Yeah.
This is
Take it over.
Well, basically, Dean has this issue when he's on other drugs. He's actually blacked out drunk, but awake. So he's sleepwalking.
Worst part about cocaine.
He's truly sleepwalking. And as we're driving down the highway, Dean's like,
Wait, are you talking Ambien drugs? Because that's a different kind of sleepwalking.
No.
Canadian cocaine.
Canadian
All right.
cocaine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're up, but you're out.
Who knows?
Up
Yes.
but out.
Not
Yes.
like out and Ambient's the fucking weirdest. But go ahead.
No, it's more like nothing is behind the eyes.
Yeah.
You know? You're looking
Wake
into
up,
vacant
dude.
space.
He ceased
and you're
to
trying
exist.
to control them. And you're trying to like contain this monster.
But
And the
he'll-
monster's in our van.
But he'll be like, I got to go to the bathroom as we're driving down the road and just open the door like he's going to walk to the bathroom. But we're doing 60 miles an hour. So it becomes a dangerous situation. And then we're like, just go to sleep, bro. We're all petting
We're coaxing
him, cuddling
him.
him. Just relax.
Over and over. He
And,
would,
and then all of a
Somebody
sudden
grabbed
he
his dick.
And then he gets up again and he's like flailing and he's being a dick. So maybe Aaron should take over about how pissed because he got thrown out of the van. And
So I was sitting right behind him the whole time, just fuming because I was like, we had a sweet spot. I'm mildly drunk, like I didn't go there at all. And Dean just sits up, and I'm like, fucking lay down, dude. And he's sizing me up. He's like eyeing me, and I'm like, really? Like this is how this is fucking gonna go down?
Yeah,
We have a border
for
crossing
the-
in an hour.
For the listener, Dean is about 6 inches taller than everyone else in the band.
he could take us if he chose to.
Oh, this is the Dean they're talking about? I figured they just kicked that guy to the fucking curb and got another guy named Dean.
How many times have we should have done that?
The story does get better.
Go ahead.
So we're going down, and ultimately he's just like fucking staring at me, and I'm just like, what, dude? Like, you gonna swing at me? Like, let's fucking do this. Scott, pull over right now. And then Ryan stands up and just starts yelling and just losing his
and
shit
these
on
two
Dean.
dudes never get
We've
pissed.
never
And for
heard
the
them
listener,
yell.
Yeah.
the guy who's about to get swung at has a beard so thick, it's basically like amateur boxing where you have headgear naturally.
It's man-made. Yeah.
Man-made protection.
But yeah, Ryan and Aaron never get mad. They're like super calm. And it was just hilarious for me to watch. They were like, fuck you. And they're like punching his legs and shit.
We threw a 200-pound grown man out of a van onto the side of the road.
In his underwear.
Into a ditch.
And left it.
Did you continue driving?
We were about to. Like, he instantly clicked, and it was just like, oh, I gotta fucking
he woke
behave.
up. It was like, how do you wake someone that's asleep up? And he finally was like, oh, where am I?
He gets in the van with his fucking dick between his legs, and he's like, okay, I got it. And then continued to be an asshole for another hour till we got to a Tim Hortons. And then he brushed his teeth and he sat in the sun all sad and
In shame.
the worst. It was the most shameful thing that I've ever seen.
It was very shameful. I knew what I had done. It was terrible.
No, you fucking didn't. He doesn't have any idea. That's the worst part.
I asked him when he came to. He did a 2.5 hour sleep. We get to this fucking Hortons. I go, Dean, do you remember what just happened? He's like, what? And then you know.
Then
Well,
we
the
He doesn't
stress
know.
was the border crossing. I mean, you know.
yeah, we're
They
about
want-
to cross
They
the
want
border.
to fuck you.
What was the border crossing with the T-shirts? No, you were actually getting on a plane
Oh yeah.
and you're overweight.
That
And
was-
we've had to do
that was-
shit like this, but not this bad with the T-shirts.
So Aaron and I were going from London. We took separate flights because we smuggled merch. So we get to the airport at 5 a.m. and we're getting to check in and we're overweight. And then
For the listener, when you go to a foreign country, a lot of times when you bring in merch, they will tax you ahead of time based on the amount of merch you have.
Correct.
And you have to fill out on
taxes.
We can't afford to
We
pay
can't pay
taxes right now.
read my book.
so we get to the check-in desk and there's a new person and she she's working with us, but she says we're overweight by about 7 kilos
Combined. So,
combined.
yeah, a
Which
few
for the
pounds each.
listener, we don't know what that conversion rate is.
I was about to be impressed with you if you were going to rattle that off. Like, what? He knows that?
So we're stuffing everything we can into our other carry-on luggage, distributing, and then we take as many shirts with our band name on it and we put them on. We just start fucking putting them on.
I'm like pulling out a book. I'm like, fuck it, this thing sucks. Let's toss it.
I
don't
read
need
it.
to
I
wait.
read it.
I threw a bunch of shit away.
Tell the story of how
Wait, this gets better because the new person told us that we could gate check his bass guitar. So we are running our asses off after security to get to the gate because we're late. And we finally get on the plane and they say, no, you didn't pay for this. And so I'm like, all right, we'll just
I'm
pay
broke as fuck.
He's
Like, I can't pay for anything.
He's
He's
broke.
my savior.
I have a credit card that I shouldn't have. And so I try it. It doesn't work. I try my debit card. It doesn't fucking work. And then we were going to call someone's dad. We were to that. It was so sad.
Well, they were gonna make him leave his base.
You guys are in your 30s.
Yeah, it's not a good phone call at 8 a.m. from London. And finally I was like, just fucking lady, try my credit card again, please. And it worked. And we got on the plane and we sweated our fucking asses off.
In
How
four
many
fucking
how many
shirts.
T-shirts are you wearing roughly?
8. I had maybe 6. Yeah. So
I
those
hope,
sold for
you
extra.
sold those at higher prices.
Oh,
not
yes.
Game Boy jerseys.
Top dollar per arm.
yeah, Dean has a good airport situation.
I don't know. I might get arrested for this, but
Just do it.
so they weigh all the luggage to try to fuck you over and make you pay more. And the lady wasn't looking.
What were you a gram over?
No,
I'm just
no.
wondering why you're gonna get arrested.
I just dumped like all my soap and
So
like
it's
all
like
my,
basically everything we need.
Oh, speaking of dumping all your soap, thanks you guys who showered. Get the bedrooms. The rest of you are in trailers.
Yeah.
All right.
One thing that I noticed when we traveled, you never knew who you were going to get at the gate or what the charges were going to be for,
Well, especially in Europe, they'll
Yeah.
fuck you every which way.
but just getting equipment on the plane could be hard enough. And then it could be someone who just goes, I don't like bands.
It's
So
Jedi
you're gonna-
mind tricks,
yeah,
man.
Totally.
You gotta work with the person in their reality tunnel.
Yeah,
and we got really lucky.
Ryan and I were like full
got
Jedi mind, like just
Really lucky,
hustling it. And I mean, and for
These are
those
not
who
the
don't know what
droids you're
gate
looking
checking
for.
is, it's where you carry it all the way to the plane and then you hand it off.
And they go, oh, that won't fit in the overhead, and now you're checking shit for free.
Right,
And you get on the
and
plane
you want to
first.
protect your instrument, so you try to carry it as
Yeah, you
far
get
as-
on with the fucking
With the
with the strollers. It's like you've entered a real adulthood and parenthood, even though you're a fuck up and a musician. You know, you're like we're one and the same now.
But Dean's got to finish that story. How he hustled that weight. It's so good.
All right, so I'm weighing this shit, and the lady's like, it's still way over, and I'm like, fuck, I can't pay for this shit again. Like, I got to do something. And I look down, and the scale's not connected to the walls like sometimes they are, and I slide my knee against the scale and lift it up just enough. And she goes, oh wait,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
She
good.
was like, never mind, it's good.
Shit, yeah.
The opposite of the butcher with his thumb on the scale.
We had another one coming home where
But that's fiction. That didn't really happen. Just for the record. There's no cocaine.
Allegedly, all of this is allegedly.
Where there's life hacks, there should be band hacks for traveling artists.
put out our own goddamn book.
Yeah,
You should.
I'm gonna sell Bibles first, stolen Bibles.
You mean shrimp?
Yeah, I mean, we brought so many records and T-shirts.
Hang on. For the record, Chaille, you just did a callback to something that's going to be our first break.
perfect.
Yep. So
That makes it a call forward.
Call forward, and that's a double download. You'll have to go back and listen again.
let's take a break now, and then you'll see what we're talking about. And we'll air this place out because it's hot as shit and smoky as fuck. And then we'll take a break, refuel our drinks, and we'll get back with more Chad Shank, Ggreg Chaille, and Black Pussy on tour now. Hey, podcast listeners, don't you worry, you people who keep tweeting me that can't read, because the audio version of Digging Up Mother is now available for pre-order on audible.com. Audible.com, that's right. You're going to hear a whole different version of that book you might have read or might not have read. If you can't read, don't you worry. We're going to read at you. Not just me with my fucking dyslexic Bill Burr-like stutter. How bad would that be to go, you're ripping off his stutter, his inability to read, he did first. Well, thanks to good editing at audible.com, it should be listenable, and if it's not, Chad Shank takes over chapter by chapter, and we go back and forth with an entire cast of the real people that we could find that would tell director's commentary of the Audible book. What'd you do?
Somebody's farted.
That might be my breath.
That might be a breath.
Could be my breath. Could be.
That's my favorite
Someone
thing yet.
farted.
It might be my
Might
breath.
be my
Yeah,
breath.
might be
Fact,
my breath.
I'm just going to claim it. That's probably Doug's breath.
I've smoked a
That's what a good tour manager does.
Yep.
Betty Lindstrom. We've got Matt Becker.
Sarah
We got,
Hyland, Matt Becker, Victoria.
Victoria we just met. Yeah.
So
the point is that compared to the brilliant,
Actually, you're on it too.
two-dimensional representation that is the book,
Yes.
Audible is giving us a three-dimensional experience that wholly justifies repurchasing a product you may already own in printed form.
I can't imagine you have a marketing past.
Well, that just struck me.
For instance, the Bible doesn't have actual stories from the people involved. This book is that much better.
Way better than the Bible. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
All right, so the link will be on the podcast page at DougStanhope.com or
And the main page. We'll put it on
and
the
the main
homepage as well.
page, whatever Chaille does, we agree with. So get the audio version, pre-order it now, and it's out August 15th.
August 16th. Okay, August 16th.
August 16th. All right. There we go. And now back to the podcast. All right, we just did the beer chugging contest, and no one can beat Dean. We knew it. So I had the judges look at who finished second. I was right. The person that came closest was Backdoor Mike. By a mile. By a furlong.
Yeah, closest is a relative term.
He's the first loser.
And I came in dead last. So
You're either first
if
or
you
last.
want a slow blow job where I give it meaning, I'm your guy. But if you just want someone to huck cock down your head, see Dean in Black Pussy. Anyway, I don't know where we're going from this.
He's skilled.
Please hold. It'll be an awkward segue. All right, we want to bust out some thank yous. Someone keeps sending me fucking car parts. Whoever sent me a weird alternator before sent a 196cc something stroke fucking engine. It's like a go-kart engine or a dune buggy engine.
Without the go-kart part.
Yeah, and they don't. There's no name. They're just sending. I think it's someone that must work where they can ship shit for free, just to fuck with me, and it's funny. And Kenny and Derek took that. They're gonna eventually make something with all these car parts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What's that? That song?
Mad Max.
We're gonna build it this summer. Or what's that fucking song? It's that band that Joe Vernon turned me on to. Sequestered in Memphis.
Oh, Hold Steady.
Hold Steady. Yes. Yeah, they have some song about we're gonna build it this summer or do some shit this summer. That's Kenny and Derek. Yeah, eventually.
Actually, I think they're more the party pit, but that's all right.
Hey, you know what? They can lift heavy boxes. Anyone who sends me weird shit that's really heavy and useless to me, it just affects my hernia and makes me hate you. That's why they don't put their name in there.
I figured it was just gonna sit there forever.
Oh, it will.
Until like the box disintegrated
That's
away.
what the fucking alternator they sent me 6 months ago did. Matt Chavez sent us chili jerky from Albuquerque. Hey, I didn't know that was gonna rhyme. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I assume that's a gift. I don't know.
Did you open it? It might just be a cool retro box and more jerky.
It seems sealed and brand new. I don't know. It's been sitting around. I'm gonna. If you sent shit and I don't mention you, I fucking do a lot of stuff.
Well, it's official. If there were illicit drugs in there, the band would have figured it out.
Yeah.
Tape or no tape.
Yeah, the bass player's also a drug sniffing dog.
He's sniffing the box right now.
That's true.
The Beckers sent us ecospheres. They're like snow globes, but they have like sea monkeys in them, or some kind of shrimp shit. Yeah, and they live forever, evidently. But thank you, the Beckers. Someone sent a Miami Heat jersey. Do you know anything about that? It had tags on it.
That was something we got on the road, I thought, because Erickson ended up.
A lot of people...
It was the snappy dresser at El Paso.
Oh wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was first show.
First show.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, Kenny just rocked that at Bisbee basketball in his pickup game. He's wearing it right now out there spraying mosquito spray on himself. Jeff Morris sent me a Zippo lighter that I passed on to Derek so he wouldn't be mad that Kenny gets the Heat jersey. A fucking Zippo lighter. Who uses a Zippo?
Oh, shit.
2/3 of the. All right.
You take the time. If you gave me one full, I would use it and then it would be in a drawer because I'm never gonna buy lighter fluid and
It's a
figure out.
crutch.
It's useless for our bass player because he loses it twice a week.
He's smoking crack. Can't really smoke down with a Zippo. I get a prison letter. I should read it, but I won't.
Here it is.
We already have our prisoner. It's Adam Didier is his name, and we already have our token prisoner.
Abigail.
Chick. Abigail. Yeah. We should start a GoFundMe. Make her the richest girl in prison. Can I get some Jiffy Pop on your card? Nope.
It's honey buns, dude.
Joseph Randazzo sent a resume. That's that letter right there. He wants to. I get a lot of emails about, hey, if you need like a flunky, I can do anything. I'll get groceries and make drinks and clean up. I just need to get out of my rut. But this guy actually sent a resume. He can edit the podcast. He worked for O&A as an intern. No. He goes, whatever you pay me, it'll be fine. I'm sure it's better than working at Barnes & Noble or some shit. Well, yeah, we pay nothing, and we don't want you around when we wake up sober.
Actually, basically, the resume is what threw him out. because he's a major in media communications. He does have intern experience, but his GPA is 3.2, and that's way too high for anyone that's going to be hanging around here. Yeah, you'd be bored quickly. Thank you, though.
He goes, whatever small accommodations you can put me up in. Oh, yeah. You're going to fucking vintage trailer with no heat or AC or plumbing.
Well, that's what I thought would be very interesting, is to see how far we could push it before he fucking said fuck it.
Make him break.
That would be the only thing. But yeah, sorry, the GPA just knocked you out.
All right. We mentioned this guy sent us episode 1 of this. He has a series of booklets. If you recall, he sent one to me and autographed to me, and one autographed to Johnny Depp, who fucking ate up the first one. He couldn't stop talking about it. Actually, he sent episode 2, so we give those out. You're gonna get merch. When you buy merch, you're gonna get some of this weird shit. If it's small, and you're not gonna get an engine, but anything that will fit in the package, we recirculate. Sometimes fan mail from other people to me will go out with merch.
Fan art.
Yeah, it's like the Cracker Jacks. Get a little prize. Tommy Peters, keep working on that. It's not working on us, but you know what? Your tenacity is admirable. Internet Girl, that's the name of it. Someone sent me that Tuggy. Whoever the big dick in the band is can have the Tuggy. It's a cock sock. It's a cock and ball cheetah skin thing you put on your cock and balls, and you amuse the ladies with that at a certain age. And most of all, we'd like to thank our friend who sent us the Omaha steaks, the big package with the filet mignons and the burgers and the things that are sitting there frozen, waiting for a special occasion. We'll mention you later in the podcast separately. All right, and that's the thank yous, unless, Chaille, you have some from the road?
Bibles? This Bible right here came from Nova. By the way, we got just about as many Bibles given to us on the road as we sold.
Yeah. Well, here's how we're fucked. We might have to just start selling the stolen Bibles on the website to get rid of it. Because I've been off the road forever, and then now my book comes out. Here's the thing with the stolen Bibles. That became a thing, and then we'd steal as many as we could, and we'd sell them for jacked up huge prices and brag about it, because they will sell. Between $40 and $75 for a stolen Bible inscribed with your name.
If I sold,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I sold merch before the show, it would be Bibles $45, and then I would just put an X through it and put sale and put 65.
I'd still sell
them all.
And that was the stupidest thing I could have ever done, is write a book. Because it fucked our Bible sales. Yeah. I have to sell the book at a reasonable price, my own book, and they buy my book instead of the jacked up Bible where the cost is zero. We have to buy the fucking book at the same price you're paying on Amazon. We get them on Amazon and then jack them up enough to make it worth. And then you have to haul books around. It's the worst part of moving. And
this one came from, speaking of hauling around, this one came from 5,090 feet on an Appalachian Trail shelter. Guy walked in there and saw the Bible and goes, I'm taking this back down the mountain. And now now that one. And then Bill Nash from Nash Guitars. Yep. He keeps sending us Bibles. We got another box of Bibles from him. And check out his guitars, Nash Guitars. And he's a good guy. And he buys your book at full cost and then leaves them in the
Maybe we send out a box of books with Black Pussy on this tour, and they can sell Doug Stanhope stolen Bibles, and you have to ask for them. You keep them under the merch booth, and only if you heard this podcast promoting Black Pussy's tour, you have to wink, wink, nudge, nudge at the merch booth for the stolen Bible, and I'll pre-sign them before, and you just fill in their name. We already have a stamp. Yeah. This Bible stolen exclusively for, you fill in the name, I'll pre-sign them. And, see Black Pussy on tour. The dates are coming up at the end of this podcast.
Is that a pyramid scheme?
Yes, it is.
Do we have to give you a cut?
Kickbacks. We need kickbacks.
Well, you won't get anything now, but as you get more people to join, then you will start to get the returns.
Yeah, but you'll be treated special by the Black Pussy people if you ask for the stolen Bible. Hey, I heard there's stolen Bibles.
No. Hey, got any shrimp?
Code words.
You don't want to say Bible at the booth.
Yeah.
It's got to be that.
Yeah, got any shrimp? We'll go with that. All right, and now back to the podcast that we haven't actually started. Whoa!
Idaho Falls, Pepper Tree Inn.
Yeah.
There was a guy who was particularly annoying at first, but he kind of grew on me. Trevor. And he said he wanted a book, but he didn't have any money. So I gave him a book, and I wrote in the book, send $30 here.
You got it?
Money order.
Money order.
And he also sent something that we're going to have to read through, but it is funny. It's a case report, and it's the notes of what happened, and it is him that they're talking about, the person causing the trouble at some Dillard's. I guess it's a shopping mall or something.
We have an expert here that can go explain that to us. That's fucking takes too much time.
It's long, and he says, thank you very much for coming to Idaho Falls. Thanks for the book. I thought you might find the page of one of my police reports amusing. You helped me become proud of my mental problems, Doug. Thanks again. So that was Idaho Falls. That was fun.
Idaho Falls.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor, and thank you all of you who send weird shit to 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona 85603. You know what? Chad got left out of that last run. We got off this tour, and there was nothing for Chad. There was something for Chaille and Hennigan, and I thought it was for Chad and Hennigan, but no, it was. So, yeah, don't forget Chad Shank. All right, back to the podcast.
There's people shucking corn in the back of the podcast right now. That's the first.
I don't mind the shucking corn.
I don't either. It's just the first. I just wanted to point it out. I like fresh corn. I was not bitching. I was just.
Doug, right?
I like fresh corn, and I cannot lie. I'll take a beer. Now
Doug?
that I chugged a beer, now I'm. Yeah.
Audible, August 16th, Audible.
Oh, I got to do August 28th.
And
too.
August 28th at the dive bar.
Oh yeah, I got that email today.
You going?
I'm going.
He's going to be
15th
going
through the 18th.
week before.
Yeah.
But
shit.
So I'll be broke as fuck by the next week.
All right.
If it's just a matter of broke, that ain't an issue.
Well, you know, actually, he's embarrassed to say it. He has to get time off from work.
Yeah, I was trying to imagine what other issue it could be other than I don't want to fucking go anywhere.
All right, well, we're already going anyway, so let's just August 28th is the end of my 25th year anniversary in Las Vegas at the exact bar I did my first open mic in Vegas, which is now called the Dive Bar on Flamingo and Maryland in some strip mall right there at the corner. And I'm doing my 25 full years of comedy anniversary show, and I haven't planned it, and it's 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks away.
Much like your career.
So yeah, I know I got my first notebook.
3 weeks away from something, or it's unplanned?
Unplanned.
Yeah, it's unplanned. I don't know who's going to be there. There'll be a bunch of comics there, and I'll be reading my first notebook. My first notebook I ever wrote for that open mic. I started with, "Hi, my name is Doug Stanhope. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts." Like, I wrote every fucking word out. So I'll be reading that, much to my embarrassment. If we can get audio visual, Mike Upchurch posted that video of me 3 months into comedy that I can't watch, but I'll play that.
Oh,
to
let's
my
play
own
that.
shame.
Yeah, we'll put that on the screen before you go up. Oh, unless you're using those jokes.
No. I'll do my first notebook first, and then see how much better I got 3 months later. See how more full my mullet is.
Carlos Murphy's, was that?
Carlos Murphy's, that was where he filmed that.
Where he filmed that. You can find that on YouTube if you want to check that out now. It's still up.
No, don't check it out now. You're going to ruin it for the show.
Oh, really?
If you're going to be at the show. It's only They're selling. They said, "Oh, we can fit 226." No, you can fit 30. You can force. Yeah, if the Jews on the train read the capacity, max capacity, they'd go, "We're over full. This is against regulations."
They were complaining to the manager on duty.
Calling the fire marshal.
Well, that bar is a famous bar now for bringing in a lot of bands.
Yeah,
and
the dive bar.
yeah.
It's called the dive bar for a reason now. So yeah, August 28th. If there's tickets left by the time this goes out, I suck. Beep, boop, bop. What else did we have to mention?
Well,
the pre-sales for the audiobook with me and Chad Shank.
Oh,
me?
I don't know.
And it's completely, well, it's not completely different than the book, but it's got director's commentary, etc.
Added value.
It's a different experience. I try to read, Chad Shank saves me, and then a lot of people that are in the book come on to either Ichabod's
in it?
Oh, fuck that
Ichabod's
clip.
in it,
Have
yep.
we ever played that clip?
Of what?
Remember there's
I have it.
someone sent us a clip, I guess from audible.com. The editor sent us a clip where I'm reading about my first dog, Otis, and then as he's reading it, Ichabod barks from the background. It's just a quick clip.
Otis was a brilliant dog, and it wouldn't be until I got stupid dogs years later that I realized it was his natural intelligence, not my dog training abilities. In Idaho, I could tell him, "Otis, go get your ball out of the car." And he'd jump off the couch, run outside and through the open car window, into the back seat, bringing back his tennis ball. He'd instinctively go for your balls when you were roughhousing with him, and eventually I trained him to do it on command. "Bite nads, Otis," and he'd nip you in the nuts. It was a great party trick. People believed your German Shepherd was trained to rip their balls off. They didn't know he was only trained to bite the person that said it.
So there's a lot of weird shit.
30 takes to get that right with Ichabod. Ichabod's really temperamental.
It's hard to work with.
Netflix, which I canceled out of spite a while ago. Then Chaille goes and puts his Netflix on my TV, so I didn't need him anyway.
That was before you realized you didn't need multiple accounts.
So last night I realized I get home, I'm trying to do the couch rehab after 3 weeks on the road. And last night I actually took a night off and I watched just all my stories, all my backed up DVR. The HBO, The Night Of is the name of the series, is fucking brilliant. So you suffer through the first 45 minutes of the premiere episode.
Yeah.
And you go, this is drag.
That's right about where I shut it off. So I'm going to start again.
Wait
based
till
on your
John Turturro
recommendation.
shows up in the premiere, and then you're fucking hooked. It's great. And I caught up on that. My Ray Donovan's, my Bar Rescue, which is jumped the shark, as they used to say. It's just like he doesn't even put effort into it. But then I realized I burned through everything, and I still need to stay up sober through the night. And remembered Netflix. And you're the one who told me about Fear of 13.
What'd you think?
If you had not talked it up, I wouldn't have sat through it.
It's slow.
It's a fucking one-man show.
Yeah.
It's not really a documentary. It's a guy that's practiced at telling the story. Well, he had 21 years to practice it.
And that's part of the story, I thought, was that, right, he became a good storyteller. He was a fucking moron when he got locked up.
That should be such a great documentary. It's not. It misses all the beats. Like, he finally gets out after 21 years, and you want to know, like, the first thing he ate in a cheeseburger, and you want to see footage. There's no footage. It's just him telling the story. So, I'll say yes.
Fair assessment. Fair
It's a
assessment.
great
but
fucking
I like
story.
it that he's a good storyteller for a reason. He didn't know,
25 years. He's on death row and escapes for 25 days. I said 25 years.
Innocent guy who teaches himself to read with just regular books that he can, whatever books he can get from the fucking library. I mean, it's a good story, but yeah, and I even said that caveat. It's slow. You got to sit through it, but the overall story's good.
The story's fantastic. Yeah. I want to see a documentary on the story because they'll show like a newspaper headline: "Murderer ditches his car in New York," and it's 25 days as a death row inmate that escaped in a gun battle when they let him stop to piss when they're transferring between prisons.
Which he claims is an accident, but you don't ever hear the other side of the story, and you know that you're like,
story.
You were already a fucking good liar before you learn how to read.
Just smash it. Smash it, Derek. Why would you let a phone ring that long?
Yeah.
Be like me and just smash objects that you don't understand.
It's all right. I completely forgot what I was saying. It's all right. I don't mind.
Last night, finally, because Chaille put his Netflix on my TV, I got to watch the Maria Bamford series. We stayed up until 3 a.m. No, one more. Just one more. Hey, we're hungry. We don't have any food. I should have told AJ to pick me up some meatloaf from the Bisbee Grill. I'm thinking at that time. Well, it's 11 o'clock. We could go to Safeway because we don't have any food here. We've been on the road. One more. Then it's 11:30. Then we stayed up till fucking 3 watching every episode. It's called Lady Dynamite. Have you watched it?
I've watched a couple,
She's fucking...
I've always thought Maria Bamford was funny.
She is so brilliant to the point where I was getting depressed going, I could never write this. I don't have that kind of... I got to do more hallucinogens is what I realized. I really thought that.
That's the takeaway?
Yeah. I got to just to think fucked up like that again.
I'm with you. We should do something like that, like an odd couple situation. I have a bunch of unfinished projects, and I just keep getting fatter because apathy is catching up to me. And I've been thinking about taking up a methamphetamine habit just for a short time so I can finish some shit.
Just to glue those little army men to the...
Finish the chicken coop?
Yeah, I have not finished the chicken coop. And it's fucking... It works. I mean, it's not done. But yeah.
You know what? Lady Dynamite is on Netflix right now, but there's breaking news. On the police beat with Chad Shank. Chad Shank.
Fuck. I thought I was watching Netflix and now I'm at work.
Police beat, and we have our undercover insider police
Beat throat.
Deep Throat.
Beat throat.
That might be able to give us some inside information on backstory on this, should it be necessary. But what's going on the mean streets of Bisbee there, Chad?
Doug, a woman was riding a motorcycle with no shirt or bra, as reported from the Shell station on Naco Highway.
No shirt and no bra?
Even in Bisbee, nobody should call the cops on titties. That's...
Hang on, let's talk to our police insider, the Adam Schefter of Bisbee Police. Adam Schefter, sorry, he's the cocksucker douchebag fucking nebbish on ESPN. He's the NFL insider, and he's just this Weasley piece of shit, and you go, no fucking NFL guy would ever hang out with you. Who do you know? Anyway, so...
it's a hell of an introduction.
Police insider Deep Throat. Is there a law in Arizona like there is in Austin? You're free to go topless. They don't, unfortunately. But yeah, you can. A woman has the same right. Is that true in Bisbee, Arizona?
No, the indecent exposure just wouldn't work.
But a dude can do it. It's wrong. And you know what? When David A. Smith is the new mayor, we're going to fucking address this issue. The same way Adriana Bazal-Zababa, whatever the mayor with the gay marriage, we're going to make this fucking mayor our bitch.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. You put me on a motorcycle shirtless behind this lady and you see which one is more indecent.
and endowed. All right, what else is going on out there, Chad?
Doug, a male subject walked into the caller's room at the Leston Loft Hotel. When asked what he was doing there, he turned around and left.
And you know what? This is the dark side of the coin, where Bisbee was voted the best small historic town in America. They don't know this side of Bisbee. There's a dark underbelly.
I've never heard of the Letson Loft Hotel, but it's probably only because they don't promote that they have a ghost that comes into their room and just leaves when you ask him what he's doing there.
Wrong room.
It's a marketing point in Bisbee if you have a ghost.
I wasn't murdered in this room. It's been a long time. It's the 1800s. Sorry.
Wait, what time's checkout?
A feeble-minded ghost. What else you got?
Explanation given to the officer during a traffic stop on C Avenue. I was looking for Pokemon.
Goddamn Pokemon.
Is this a problem?
Oh, we're getting a lot of complaints on it.
Like trespassing?
You really have Pokemon complaints?
We do. People parking in church parking lots.
Well, the church is
That's
very
not what Jesus would
anti-Pokemon.
do.
Yeah, that's sanctuary, right? Aren't you?
You would think.
Except for Pokemon? Is that what you're saying?
Pokemon's the devil.
Yeah, we're looking for demons in the church parking lot.
Absolutely. What else you got, Chad?
A male Alaskan hit a female of the same ethnicity on Main Street.
We'll just leave that. Leave that be.
That's pure. That's a pure police beat.
This is
report.
if you want to subscribe to the Bisbee Observer to get the police beat in your hometown of Bisbee, just Google Bisbee Observer and you can get a pretty cheap subscription. Ain't a pricey paper.
And you'll know that the Alaskan on Alaskan crime rate in Bisbee is astronomical.
What else you got?
Finally, a female was yelling, threatening, and having a breakdown in the Lyric parking lot. She was described as skinny, in her 50s, with a garbage bag full of clothes. Was Derek in the Lyric that night?
Yeah,
I
where was
remember
Bree?
seeing that.
Where was Bree?
It does say in her 50s. I don't think that's Bree.
I guessed 44.
The
said,
garbage
"No,
bag full
34."
of clothes throws me back. I don't know. I'm undecided.
If it was bingo, it would be 17 garbage bags full of clothes. Really nice clothes.
Oh.
All stained blue.
All right. Thank you, Chad Shank, for the police beat from the
Did you want me to do the second page of the police beat?
You said and finally.
I just
You
realized.
said and finally. So
Well, that's because I'm drunk and I just realized there was another page. All right. A Hereford woman believed some of her guns had been stolen from her closet.
Hey, yo, it's called faith. She believed. If she believed,
She believed. But like, did she find him later and realize she was wrong? I mean, they're either there or they're not, right?
Doesn't say her age.
Jesus could be there. What else you got?
Stanhope marked half of these, and he marks directly in between.
No, I marked
two.
No, I marked.
So I have to.
That's the one inside the mark.
Okay, all right. In that case, a dog was discovered living in an abandoned trailer in Palominas.
Dog always existed. It's like Columbus discovered America. No, it existed.
So what do? You give it an eviction notice?
I mean,
if a dog is
he
living,
just told me he was drunk and he didn't finish so I just marked a couple. He should have closed on what he closed on.
He did.
Well, no, he's.
Oh no, then he came back. You're right.
No one's going to
You're
argue
right.
with Chad Shank except for
I didn't know.
Deep Throat who could beat him in an arm wrestling contest.
That arm wrestling contest is similar to the beer chugging contest where you already know you're going to lose going in and you do it to be a sport.
So you're trumping it up, saying the whole thing's rigged.
No, I'm saying I knew I was going to lose both times going into both of those events.
Oh, that is trumping it up. Nothing?
Your kids gave Deep Throat.
He knows he's going to lose.
Oh, shit. All right, I got you.
Thanks.
I was trying.
The drunk guy gets me. And finally.
And two from the last. A subject was bleeding from the head on Graham Drive. Stanhope marks out half of the words when he marks them. The caller did not know what happened, only that all parties had been drinking. Sorry, I didn't mean to slam Stanhope halfway through my police beat.
Well, all parties have been drinking would be a good closer at this fucking podcast.
Just say and finally.
He's just keep saying and finally.
And finally, a shoplifter was eating a product she had no money to pay for at Safeway. Meanwhile, a male out front was disturbing customers.
Seems like
is Maggie and Joe back?
I think is that the Alex Jones part of the police beat? Because that sounds like conspiracy. A woman shoplifted. Meanwhile, there's a guy
clearly
outside.
connected. Clearly connected. Yes. Come on, people, wake up!
Wake up! Wake up, white people! All right, Chad Shank, thank you very much.
Wait, I have finally. And really, finally, a cat was slowly dying on Hazard Street between a gate and a yellow truck.
Sorry, every time it's one of our streets.
I want to do it again.
Yeah, do it again, but don't cut it out.
A cat was slowly dying on Hazard Street.
Hazard Street?
Between a gate and a yellow truck.
My truck ain't yellow. Don't you call my white truck yellow. My white truck will beat up any of your trucks. Call my truck yellow. All right. Speaking of slowly dying, this podcast is about to go into Derek, formerly Derek for mayor. And Derek has a plug, and then we'll get back to Black Pussy and pulled pork. That Black Pussy brought fucking barbecue.
Is Keith the one? Yeah. I remember him being the grill master last. Well, talking pretty big about being a grill master.
Pork butt. Out there. Yep. All right, Derek, you are selling some. Derek always wants to sell some shit. Today he showed up. He goes, "Hey, I don't want to ask for favors, but I know Joe Rogan is into Dodge cars, and I want to sell my Dodge Duster or whatever it is."
That was a demon.
Whatever it is. Because it's falling apart.
But don't put that in the podcast.
Listen, I talked to Joe Rogan when it's fun, and I'm not selling used cars in Bisbee to Joe Rogan. No,
especially one falling apart.
Hey, want to buy a piece of shit?
But Derek has always has. He's like Kramer almost, where he has some. His Dodge Duster is worth $30,000 or some shit. But he actually has old vintage concert T-shirts, which do sell for fucking money in vintage shops, and you've sold a couple on eBay for good money. So you want to promote your eBay sale of your old concert shirts to pay for your moribund relationship.
Why, yes, Doug.
During that pause, let me read the definition of moribund.
I haven't heard you use that word in a while.
Let's say that.
I haven't heard you use that word since you asked me about what shade of yellow you were. But Lucy St. John is helping me sell some of my vintage, mostly Metallica T-shirts.
Lucy St. John of Redbone
on Subway Street.
On Subway Street. It's she has a shop in Old Bisbee.
Her eBay store is called AZ Craft, and she's helping me sell some of my Metallica and I have a couple Overkill and a Cannibal Corpse, and a few LOA that I really treasure.
For the listener, Derek sat down with a pad of paper, Indian style, on a bar stool to try to remember what shirts he's selling, and it was like he's trying to spell cat as a challenged, developmentally disabled teen. And he's just writing every letter out. So, yeah, just go to AZ Craft.
I think I spelled everything right on the paper.
eBay. I'm just saying you took a lot of time doing it.
A couple of those E's are backwards, our gang style, though.
So. Lucy's really putting a lot of work into it and helped me out. So, yeah, they have vintage smoke on them from concerts that they were purchased at, and
it's good to always put all the selling points.
Concert worn.
Yeah, I mean, some of them have holes in them. They're
Wow.
and they smell like the concerts they were at. Basically, I wore them at the show or the next show. And
my first wife always said, "Smell is 90% of love." So yeah, selling point.
Well, it's kind of hard for me to let go of some of these. They don't fit anymore because these are the shirts I wore when I was 18, 17 years old. So
yeah, no, I saw you walk past with this. What is this fucking dumb dog you bought? Because
no,
that's
it's the
straight out of
neighbor's
my
dog.
goddamn book.
The wolves behind us terrorized the neighbor's dog, three-legged dog. They just run up to the fence and bark at it for like an hour. So
fence fight, they call it.
So we take her.
I get back after 3 weeks on the road. I go outside of my own house because I can't smoke in my own house because Bingo just nag. So I go out front, and the dogs go ape shit, and it's you and Bree walking some giant German
It's a
Shepherd
three-legged
puppy.
fucking. It's three-legged.
Oh, that's not your dog.
No,
I
it's the
thought you had to
neighbor's.
get her a dog
No,
to keep
it's,
her like I had to do with my first wife.
No, the neighbor across the street broke her leg. She has a cast on, so to get her dog out and walk, because
What the fuck?
You think her and the dog
A
would bond?
one-legged woman can't walk a three-legged dog? It's so fucked up.
Perfect setup.
Sounds like a limerick.
You tie a gunny sack around their legs and you got a race.
I've been debating which other leg we should take so she can't walk. But yeah, we were just walking the neighbor's dog because she broke her leg.
All right.
But I have shirts for sale.
This is the
and
Derek that for the last, 8 years you've been around? I don't know.
over a
Can't
decade.
walk my dogs when he takes care of the house because of his game leg. Derek with the limp. I can't walk a dog unless my wife yells at me, and all of a sudden I can walk a three-legged
To
dog.
be fair, you can walk a three-legged dog. All your dogs
Yeah,
have
that's the
4
thing.
legs.
That's the thing. As fast as that dog can move, I still can walk and keep up with it.
He has the same gait as a three-legged dog.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Chaille.
Well, at least your fucking dog
not-
had the decency
yeah.
to wear fur where you were shirtless and you shouldn't have been.
So what Doug is saying is, if we cut off one leg
Well, I'm
from each
selling-
of his dogs, you'll walk them?
I'm selling all my
What
shirts.
Doug was
That's why
saying
I
is these
shirtless.
vintage T-shirts would
Yes,
be a
the
great
vintage
buy.
T-shirts.
for
We're gonna get back
anybody
to Black
interested.
Pussy.
I had one more thing
And-
before. I had one more thing. This is Chad Shank, and you better buy Derek's shirts.
Chad Shank can do that better.
Well, if he says it, it goes. So, Chad Shank.
This is Chad Shank, and you better buy Derek's fucking shirts.
Yeah, because I love him.
if you buy Derek's shirts, we will finally put out a Chad Shank shirt, which we still haven't got a good logo for.
I think.
I have a couple ideas.
Yeah, we've got.
We don't need ideas. We need action. Chaille, you only have one job. One job.
Brock.
Make
He's
Chad Shank shirts, produce the podcast, get us tacos in the morning on the road, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, we'll be right back after this, and we'll close up with Black Pussy, and then we'll eat pork butt cooked by Black Pussy.
We're going to take a break from this very important podcast because I want to tell you guys something that's changed my life. It is the Boilermaker kit at DougStanhope.com. Before I found out about this great product, I was making Boilermakers all wrong. I was pouring the beer in my mouth, and then I had a handful of whiskey, and I was trying to splash that in my mouth. It was a mess. I'm half blind in one eye. But now, thanks to the Doug Stanhope Boilermaker kit, I'm drinking like a pro. Get your own, DougStanhope.com.
right, we're back with Black Pussy. Whoop.
Yeah.
We're waiting on a pork butt.
Yeah.
To be smoked.
Yeah, we're smoking it.
What you making?
We got pork butt. We went to Safeway today, the famous Bisbee Safeway, and we found some steaks for buy one get two free. So we got all those.
It's healthy.
Yeah.
I want one of the buy ones.
Yeah. I mixed them up, but yeah.
I'll take the two free.
Do you remember whose lane you were in? Was it a white-haired woman?
Fuck, I left and I let them pay for it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, I don't remember actually.
Government paid for it.
It was a white
Are
lady.
you trying to refer to Sherry?
Yes.
I actively seek out if Sherry's checking now by this point when I stop at Safeway. Even if she's in the express lane, I have to go to the regular lane.
I'll wait.
Yeah, she's legendary in town for just talking and like her lane is always the longest because she.
It was very long. I think it was her. She also pointed out that we were very organized with our.
Oh no, she does that. That's her.
Yeah,
that's her.
She has a lot of opinions on
She's
stuff.
very nice.
Sherry, you're not
I
a
always
barber.
swipe my card first and then I bag if I'm on that side. Yeah, that's
She
her.
said other people just throw their stuff on the lane. And
That's Sherry.
Yeah, and then we were.
You know
really,
what? We're goddamn professionals, Sherry. So we got shit to do today.
You're fucking welcome.
We got free bags.
Yeah,
So you do the cooking on the road?
Yeah, mostly. Aaron helps me. We run a kitchen out of our local dive bar.
The Kenton Club.
They've had shitty food.
Plug
for
it.
Kenton Club, 1225 Kilpatrick in
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Yeah. It's,
Best motherfucking bar in
it
Portland,
is.
Oregon.
It is.
For sure.
But they've had terrible food for 10 years, and because the owners don't want to fucking do it. But they legally have to. So
That's a law in Oregon. If you sell booze, you have to serve food.
until 2 a.m.
At least 7 options.
What do they serve
Frito.
at Mary's?
French fries, tater tots.
Chips, because
Do they at Mary's?
the fryer's broken always. So,
Loophole.
yeah.
So what you're saying is you just have to have a menu.
Yes. You have to be able to give a menu and say, "Yeah, you can't."
We're
have
out
any
of that.
those things."
We're out of that. We're out of that.
That's exactly what they've been doing. Yeah.
Redacted. Our
So
menu's redacted.
last time we were home for a few months, I jumped in there and we started the Black Pussy restaurant in there. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Plug it again one more time.
Kenton Club, Chiefs Food.
Where is it?
It's in North Portland in the Kenton neighborhood.
Well, cross streets. You just had them.
Kilpatrick and Denver, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's ruin the last
Yeah.
bar
Oh,
left
no.
in
Hey,
Portland.
you shut the fuck up, Keith.
Yeah.
It's the only thing standing. All the yuppies have taken over everything else. It's the
You
last
can
bar
take
in
this shit
Portland.
out, right? Yeah.
Now it's over.
This is
All the
only-
yuppies, all the yuppies that listen to this podcast will be swarming
Yuppies.
over there.
You don't want nothing to do with the Kenton Club, yuppies.
This is the only plug I'll be bleeping.
Yeah. All the food sucks. It's raw. You're gonna die.
Stay out.
But so before we go on tour, we prep a bunch of shit. Like I smoked a bunch of pork and made some kimchi, some cabbage. We put it all in this We should plug Yeti coolers. For
Yeah, we
giving
just
us
got the Yeti cooler.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
They gave us one at full cost. And,
Thanks, Yeti.
Actually, I got hooked up. The chick at REI hooked it up because it was a floor model. I'm like, hey, do you think you can discount this? And she gave me like $120 off. So
Fuck yeah, REI
it's
lady.
worth it though. Best fucking cooler.
So the Yeti's like something that works off DC power or something?
No,
in the
it's
van?
just it's a straight cooler, but they insulate it in this high tech.
It looks like an ice chest.
It's science, man.
They
I don't
mastered the cooler.
They
It is
mastered
an
the
ice
cooler.
chest. It's just it works
This
way
is
better.
when Bingo bought the Vitamix. It's a $360 blender, and I went ape shit going, it's a fucking blender. But then you realize this can turn gravel into a smoothie, and it was well worth it.
Have you seen the
Yeti's
Will It
worth it, for
Blend
sure.
videos? This guy, he'll put an iPad in there and will it blend? Everything blends. Everything.
I remember having a shitty blender when I was broke and I was making smoothies, and I put grapes in a smoothie. and then it's like putting a tomato where you just the skin is still there.
Yeah.
It's hitting your uvula. No, fucking yes, Yeti. Get the package deal.
Black Pussy Yeti package deal.
No, the Vitamix Yeti package
Vitamix
deal.
Yeti.
And mention our name, and you'll get nothing off.
Unless it's a floor model.
You can buy it online at our merch table.
Yeah, you always just unwrap it, and it's a floor model, always.
So what about that shrimp?
Yeah, shrimp.
Wait, who's asking?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Wink,
are you,
wink,
wait,
nudge,
are you
nudge,
a
shrimp.
secret racist? Okay, no.
I heard some of these fellas got shrimps.
Yeah, if you ask for the stolen Bible on the Black Pussy Tour, which we do have to plug your dates at the end of this, but you have a story about the fucking dude, Rick on acid.
Yeah.
So the other day we were down in Oceanside. We were playing in Carlsbad, Southern California, and great friends of ours that we've done a number of shows down there. We got put up in a sweet little like surfer apartment, 4 blocks from the beach, kind of shit. And it came 4 a.m. We were just partying hard, and he threw on Rick Wakeman's.
Yeah, from Yes.
What was it? The from the Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
And it got about halfway through, and it's the most British fucking thing you've ever heard in your life. It's beautiful, but you got to be on drugs.
He had a full orchestra and full synth setup from the 70s. If you can imagine, it's bigger than this bar.
Yeah. And our host, he said, I listened to this album on acid 5 days ago. I'm not fucking around. Like, just straight up, we're like, all right, Casey's our favorite fucking person.
And he made us write it down. He said he made me promise him that I would listen to it on acid before I died. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have acid in a record player, but
Perfect. Ha! Well done, my friends. Nailed it.
We're going to have to do acid. I'm going to have to do acid just to continue my career. It's one of those things that I've always said hallucinogens are the exercise of narcotics. It's something you should do, but you go, it's such a grind. But at the end, you feel good about yourself. Like, I exercised my brain. Right. I did acid, but I got so many fucking...
And the demons. Exercise those demons.
No, that makes it. I drink to keep the demons away, and this is hallucinogens are opening the gate to the demons. And I don't want to go through
Portals.
that. Yeah, but after watching Bamford's special, I go, yeah, I'm not creative enough. I have to do drugs to keep up with her mental illness. Because that's good. Hallucinogens are the best parts of mania. But there's also the manic depression that comes after. The depression comes after that, or maybe during that, and you don't know. And I'm old.
Or you do know, and it's frightening.
Where's your dates?
You want all of them? There's like fucking 20 of them.
Yeah, well, let's fucking pound them out. This is 2016. In case you're just catching up on the podcast years later.
I'm gonna go to the San Antonio dates.
Just like sound off in a row.
August 12th at High Tones in San Antonio, Texas, revisiting where the crash was, correct? Yeah. The 13th, the Swan Dive in Austin. The 14th, Rudyard's British something. It doesn't fill out on the thing here.
Say the town first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Houston, Texas, Rudyard's British Pub. New Orleans, Circle Bar on the 15th. The 16th is Birmingham, Alabama, the Nick.
This is August.
August 17th, Gainesville, Florida, High Dive. Was that the place where I almost got beat up?
No, Gainesville was like a piano bar kind of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it was not where I almost got beat up. Oh, August 19th, 2016, Ybor City, the Crowbar.
Love that place.
Okay.
Get your noses ready. The 20th, Miami, Florida, Church Hills Pub. The 21st, St. Petersburg, Florida, Fubar downtown. The 24th, Athens, Georgia, Caledonia Lounge.
Don't know that one.
Where was it? Well, we did in Athens. We did that theater.
If you're not doing the 40 watt, they look at you like you're shit, and I like to look like shit.
Yeah.
40 watt.
And then
Shut up, David Cross.
I'll finish with this. August 25th, 2016, Asheville, North Carolina. One of our favorite clubs back there, the Gray Eagle. You guys are
Gray
gonna have
Eagle.
a blast. That place is fun.
They like to protest us there.
Perfect. It's a sold out show.
Exactly. Promoters need to get that through their heads since we got fully canceled out of Pennsylvania last leg.
Yep.
Last leg, we lost Philly and Pittsburgh because of crazy people scaring the promoters away.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Philly,
isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of black people there, but there's not a lot of white people are the ones protesting.
Yes, white people are the ones protesting, so they just call and pretend to be different people, and the promoters get nervous. And I'm like, do you realize this is going to sell out the show, and you're supposed to support rock and roll? So it always weirds me out when promoters get so like jellyfish spines.
In the UK, when you get blowback, it's easy press.
Right.
Here, there's no major newspapers that are going to carry the fact that Black Pussy got protested. Over there, they have so many newspapers still that they're desperate for anyone to fuck up a little bit so they can run a story because they're competing against 19 newspapers. But when you said San Antonio, college students are protesting you, they have a college in San Antonio?
I guess. I had no idea.
I know they have a military base, which is the antithesis to a degree.
Maybe night school.
Yeah. So speaking of Philadelphia, I mean, the shit show that is the fucking DNC, like what the fuck is happening in that city anymore?
What?
Like
left field, man.
Left field. It's getting weird on it.
I'm lost.
I'm not trying to
about
stir
the
up politics.
Democratic National Convention. No one gives a fuck.
I
Vote
know,
Gary
it's-
Johnson. Promote Gary
That
Johnson
shit.
on your tour. There you go. Every show you do, you're going to say vote Gary Johnson at one point, right? Yeah.
And if you want a full list of their tour dates that are posted, go to blackpussy.bandcamp.com.
And if you'd like a black pussy for yourself, see Dr. Rod Taki, RAADTAKI. Google Dr. Rod Taki. He could put a black pussy in anyone. Plastic surgeon Rod Taki. And thank you, Omaha Steaks. What song are we closing on from Black Pussy? Is there going to be a consensus here?
I think we're going to try something weird like the Albatross, which is off our EP. Just, show what we can do. And that's a weird song.
It's called Where the Eagle Flies.
Where the Eagle Flies.
Yep.
The EP.
Send us out with it. Announce it. And we're going to close on
The Albatross.
And here we go with Black Pussy. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Obama.
Hey. Eat some pulled pork.
Thanks, Obama.
Let's stay away from Oprah.
just said it like 3 times.
Just doing stuff.
You got one job.
Wait, can we plug the song "Smooth" from Rob Thomas featuring Carlos Santana from the 1999 Grammy-winning?
We ever wrapped it up on the
Oh shit! Chaille.